Welcome to this unboxing video, or unboxed video I guess, because it's no longer in the box, of Heljan's brand new Class 03 diesel shunter in O gauge. You'll be able to read my full review in the spring 2020 issue of BRM, on sale very shortly, and well, I've got the model in front of me, so I thought it would be a great opportunity to just get the camera around it and show you some of the details that aren't always obvious to see in the photographs. It's a beautiful model, really well executed by Heljan, and I know Heljan has, we've given Heljan a bit of a rap in the past for sometimes a few components being loose in the box on arrival, perhaps the application of the glue not all that in the factory, but I have to say with this model everything was present where it should be, and it's a great step up from the manufacturer. Supplied on this MDF wooden base, which is something we've seen recently with some of its models, screwed through from the underside there. You can just see it helps support it in place, and yeah, very fine model. Now it's surprising that the manufacturer hasn't tackled something like this sooner, but I guess Apple's got the 08, so it had to go for a small compact shunting locomotive, and 230 of these were produced, which makes it, I guess, the second most popular shunting locomotive used by British Rail, following on from the dieselisation period. So between 57 and 61, 230 of them were produced between Swindon and Doncaster. So if we take a look around the model, and this is something that you notice the detail on these things when you've built one from a kit. I had to go when I was about 15 or 16 constructing one from a Right Price Railway Company kit. It was actually the Class 04, which is very similar in outline except for the cab to the 03, but the basic principles apply. It's a light locomotive, so ideal for dock lands and compact track curvatures. You've got this really short wheelbase here, the diesel engine being sighted really low down in the bodywork here, then through the gearbox, and then down to a final drive which goes to this jack shaft just behind there, providing power to the 6-coupled wheels. Now, one of the things that I spotted on this model when I was reviewing it was the tread plate round the sides. If we just tilt that to camera, you can see it is slightly raised on both sides, but I suspect with a little bit of glue you can fix that down, and it's mostly because the chassis itself is die cast as one solid lump, but unusually this is a piece of injection molded plastic, so whether that's for detail or purely because they plan on doing the 04 at a later date, which doesn't have the cutout so that they can change the top, I'm not quite sure, but I think if it was me and if it was possible at the design stage to make that as just one piece, it might have been for the better. Now, as you'd expect, we've got sprung buffers and sprung couplings, which provide all the movement that you'd need. The buffers, however, don't have much travel on them, and that's purely because you can't really have the buffer protruding too far behind the where the steps are there, so it's not a problem when it's in operation. They're not really going to need to be compressed that much anyway. Inside the cab, fantastic detail as well. You can see you've got the triple control there for the driver, whether he's leaning outside this window or the one on the other side, or driving from the centre position there. And there is a bit of a cable. I'm not sure how easy it is to see on camera, but you can just about see it on the floor there. This runs from where the motor is and the circuit board up to a little LED light just at the back there at the top. Now, that's perhaps something that could have been disguised a little bit better by the manufacturer, particularly when the cab light is lit. It's a bit obvious, but if you want to hide that with a bit of black paint, perhaps have a crew inside you can help disguise that, or perhaps even throw a few overalls or something on the floor, make it look like there's a tarp or something in there. That could be quite good to hide it as well. So air horns, fantastically modelled, windscreen wipers just the same, very fine. Absolutely fantastic detail on there, and you can see actually through the cab the little cluster of gauges as well. Great model. So there we go, that is Heljan's Class 03, something that I shall certainly be looking forward to perhaps taking a step further. maybe with a bit of weathering over the coming months. But if you'd like to find out more about the model, pick up the spring issue of BRM, on sale very shortly, or you can download it now from www.pocketmags.com/BRM.